Luke. Oh, wait, this is... Oh. Oh. Real. Oh, my God!
Coming up on this episode of Real Garbage, Jeff gets busy in the kitchen. I'm baking bread.
Scone break.
Katie had a slip-up on Christmas Day.
I missed Christmas dinner.
And Jeff talks about one of the many reasons why you'd smoke weed.
I have a prescription. I have ocular pressure.
All that and so much more on this episode of Real Garbage. But first, here's a quick word from our fake sponsors.
This episode is brought to you by Living Your Sith Lord Fantasy. Just kidding, this isn't Darth Vader at all. This is Chip coming at you from The Demon Show, airing every Friday night from hell on the fire couches. Never put your Ouija board away. Welcome back to The Demon Show. Yeah! Coming straight at you from hell.
I got maced in the face because I was trying to storm the Capitol because it's a revolution.
This show is lit!
Real Garbage. Hey!
Hey!
This is it.
Yeah.
We're here.
We're here.
Welcome,
We're
everybody, and we're live. Real Garbage. Thanks for joining us, realtors. I realized we didn't banter at all before last episode. We were basically like,
I
hey,
know.
this is a
We
movie.
just like,
What'd you
right
do?
into it.
Yeah. How was your Christmas? Did you do anything?
I got hammered.
Wait. Eggnog and rum?
Yeah.
Or Fireball?
No, rum. I realized my 750 ml Starbucks tumbler could hold half of a 2.6 of Captain Morgan's and the rest eggnog. So I filled it and I was sipping on it, opening gifts, and then I put myself in a timeout at 5 o'clock and I passed out until 10:30. So I missed Christmas dinner.
Well, that's what happens when you drink 13 ounces of rum in the morning. It's open presents.
Yeah. But I didn't talk about this on the last episode, but I got one of the best gifts I've ever received. And it just proves how well the people close to me know me. So Nick knows I love The Office, and he was scouring his backyard apparently for the perfect rock, and he found this perfect rock and he put a post-it on it that said suck on this, because there's an episode of The Office where it's Toby's going away party and Michael's going away gift is a rock that says suck on this. And at this point I had maybe 6 ounces of my alcoholic beverage, so I was feeling very like yeah. And then I opened it and I could not stop laughing. Like I still find it so funny, but I started crying from laughing so hard because it's just like on the outside, you see someone opening up a gift and it's a rock that says suck on this. And on the outside, you'd be like, that's mean. But, oh, God, it was so funny. And then I got a weighted blanket, so I've been sleeping really well.
I was expecting the best gift ever you were going to say was the Udi.
Okay, yeah, that's...
The Udi!
Yeah. So...
I'm like, that's what I'm expecting. I'm like, oh, it's totally different. A rock?
Yeah, a rock.
I get it, though.
Yeah.
No,
So
the Udi.
The Udi is my second favorite gift. It's this huge, pullover sweater with a kangaroo pouch pocket that's like 3 sizes too big, and it's made out of the Sherpa soft blanket material. And it has a hood, and I discovered yesterday, I'll send you the video so you can put it up.
Edit
but
it in.
yeah, but I discovered with my hood up, I look like a Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Like you just see my mouth.
It is a
and
big hood. I've seen you sent me a snap of it.
Yeah. And, I've been that's why I probably fell asleep for 5 hours hammered, because I was wearing my hoodie, and it probably just cocooned me to bed.
So it's just a giant hoodie that's just super long?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, I've traded up my robe. I don't wear my bathrobe anymore. I just wear my hoodie.
They should do that with pants. Just a pair of pants, and they just
That
keep
go
going up. And you can just wrap yourself in your pants.
You mean a onesie?
Well, basically, yeah. I'd give it a different name, though.
How's yours? How's your Christmas?
It was good. I went to my friend Joel's. Joel's been part of my COVID crew for the last 10 months. God, it's 10 months already. And I went there for Christmas Eve and then Christmas morning. And then I ended up coming home in the afternoon, back there for some like games later. Still haven't drank since September 30th. Not one drink. Even over Christmas, I was like offered booze. I'm like, I'm good. I'm going to try and give it 6 months at least. Nice. And then go for the year.
Ooh.
It was nice. So I ended up coming back here. I was in bed by like midnight on Christmas. And I just watched. I had 10 days off. So I just watched a ton of movies. And a ton of TV shows, played a bunch of video games. I finished Final Fantasy VII. I beat Cyberpunk. And then just started sinking more hours into it, just doing side quests. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
But there are a lot of issues. They're fixing issues.
Cyberbug?
Yes. Yeah. Man. People are making patches already for it. So it's like there's mods that are coming out too. So you can just install it all. It improves everything and changes stuff. So it's like, this is what the game should have had.
You're like, oh, great.
New Year's Eve.
Yes.
I didn't even realize it was New Year's Eve. My buddy Joel, he texted me in the afternoon. He goes, "You got plans tonight?" I'm like, "No, like I never do.
No,
I have
it's a Thursday, Joel.
I have no life." And he's like, "You want to come over for some happies?" I'm like, "Sure." He's got an air fryer. I want an air fryer.
Oh yeah.
Crispy wings in 6 minutes. He's cooking like full hams and shit in half an hour. It's fast. It's really fast. And they're like $100. So, instead of baking something for 2 hours, you air fry it for 15 minutes and it's done. It's crazy. And then my New Year's Day, I'm like, I'm going to go. My light resolution was like, I'm going to go smoke on weed again. And then New Year's Day, I'm like, I'm going to the weed store. So I walk up there and I stepped in dog shit on the sidewalk. I was outside for 5 minutes and just boom, right into one. And it was huge. And because I was like darting out of the way of somebody like, ooh, after you. And then just,
That's the worst.
That's how my 2021 started.
Oh, sick. For New Year's Eve, like Nick's bedroom is set up with Google lights and he has really good speakers. So we were just hanging out in there, making the lights look like a club and playing house music and just sitting, like literally just sitting around listening to music and being like, yeah. So it also was low key, but I am getting, it's on its way to me, but I'm getting an Amazon gift card as like a belated Christmas gift. Ooh. And I was looking at one of those.
Get one.
And I'm going to get one because
She's referring to a massage gun.
Yeah, massage gun. It's like, except for your muscles. Yeah. Yeah, freeze.
Oh, don't relax.
Yeah, anti-freeze muscles.
Yeah, I've my sister bought one. My coworker just bought one. I love it. It's funny because it's just a cheap one, like $110.
Yeah.
And at one point I was like, man, this thing sounds like it's gonna like fly apart. It was making so much noise, so I like opened it up and tightened everything up, and I don't know where the noise is coming. Reassembled it, disassembled it again. It's fine now. It's not the quietest version, but if I'm like watching something on my laptop hooked up to the TV, I'm like, I'm gonna put headphones on. You just hear it through the headphones. Just turn it up a little bit. All right, let's talk about A Simple Favor.
Yeah.
This movie, I went in with zero expectations.
Okay.
And zero knowledge of what it was. The only thing I knew about it was friend's friend goes missing. Mm-hmm. That's all I knew. Mm-hmm. And I heard from you that it was great. And then I heard from my buddy's wife. She's like, you got to watch A Simple Favor. Like she's like, it's really good. I'm like, okay, cool. It was like an M. Night Shyamalan movie. Twisty.
I know.
Twisty.
Twist after twist. And I remember I saw this in theaters twice with two different groups of people when it came out.
Oh, yeah, because it came out in 2018.
Yeah. So we were allowed to go out with bunches of people.
Like, wait a minute, you went to the theater? I watched it at home.
When it came out, I saw it twice. And then last week, I saw it was on Netflix. And I was like, heck yeah, I'll put this on and just, easy watch. I know I like it. And then last week when we were trying to decide on what to review, I was like, Simple Favor, yeah. And then you rightfully said, we should start off 2021 with a bad movie because that's what we're about.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. We started 2021 off with a horrible movie starring two women that don't know how to write multifaceted characters.
It was so bad.
And then this movie was actually good and well developed and led by two women, Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick. And before we jump into it, I multiple times in my notes said this movie is what made me realize that Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively do have acting chops and are good actresses, because the only thing I had seen Anna Kendrick in was her supporting role in Twilight, and which, I mean, she does a good job at playing Jessica.
You've never seen Pitch Perfect?
I saw the first one long time ago. The only thing I
the only
remember,
one that matters.
yeah, the only thing I remember is I'm doing horizontal running, and then the cup song where she's like,
I remember her singing Titanium in the shower.
oh
She's
yeah,
got a great voice.
yeah. And then Blake Lively, I had only known her in Gossip Girl, which
I
I mean,
haven't seen her in anything, I don't think.
she was playing a teenage rich socialite, did it well. And then Green Lantern, which was horrible, but she met her future husband, so that's good. But yeah, this movie made me realize how dimensional they are and how well they do at their jobs.
Yeah, Kendrick's got some chops. They're both great because like they both played the characters they were perfectly.
Yeah. And just seeing Blake Lively in a role that wasn't the, you know, high society. Well, like she was still high society in this, but like the good girl or the like, you know, girl next door type of thing. Like that was nice.
Oh, her performance in this just made me hate her, which is exactly what she was going for, I think. 'Cause she's like, God, I don't like you. Like, I like you, but you're just a controlling human being.
Yeah.
Okay, starting off, Stephanie, Anna Kendrick, she had that vlog. And I did like how the story increased her followers as it went along. Her kitchen, they'll give me anxiety. I can't handle that much stuff in the kitchen.
Yeah, that was a lot of stuff.
I hate going into someone's kitchen and you're like, where do you put stuff down? There's just no counter space. They're like, oh, we have spaces for everything.
I bet you loved Emily's kitchen then. I did.
It could have used a couple of things.
Yeah.
It was a little barren. So did you ever have, when did your, so there's like, they go to school here and they're showing like she's talking about, I have a food blog. Oh, wait, hold on. I should nutshell this for people.
Nut it.
Let's see if I can remember this. Okay. A Simple Favor is the story of two friends, Stephanie and Emily, two mothers who become friends, and Emily asks Stephanie to do a favor one day to pick up her son, and then Emily goes missing, and after 3 or 4 days, Stephanie starts drumming up a search for her, and then you realize that Emily has died. Then she fakes her death with her twin, and then it twists from there. It's just crazy.
Yeah.
The first 20 minutes, you're like, okay, it's just going to be a prude becoming friends with the badass, and it's just going to turn Anna Kendrick into a badass, which it does over the course of the movie.
Yeah.
And then she goes missing. I'm like, okay, she's going to come back. She's like a spy. She's going to be a spy. She's like James Bond, or she's an assassin because she's really cold-blooded, it seemed. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Bond or assassin. And it was neither.
I couldn't pin this down. I remember when I first saw it in theaters, and I remember because I follow Blake Lively on Instagram, and I remember when, before this movie came out, she had deleted every single photo off of her Instagram and got rid of every single one of her followers and followed 13 accounts with the name Emily Nelson and posted photos of like her in her costuming, and it was just like, where is Emily Nelson? And I remember thinking like, what the hell is this? Because I didn't know it was a movie at the time. There was no movie marketing. It was just that. And I remember thinking, what the hell is going on? Like, are you okay? And I just think that was such good marketing and promotion for the movie, because it definitely got people talking. Like, this A-list celebrity married to Ryan Reynolds has this family, completely obliterates her Instagram, stops following all these celebrities, and is like, where's Emily? No, I was like,
weird. I would have thought.
Where is she?
I would have just thought she's like fed up with social media. She's done. Because that's the ticket.
Yeah, that's true.
I just realized today, I'm like, I haven't been on Facebook in 2 months.
Oh, wow.
I feel so clear-headed. There's less negativity.
I turned off, I still have Facebook, but I've turned off like my notifications for it and I'm scrolling less. I'm just sticking to TikTok because scrolling through the videos, it gives me a laugh, you know, and Instagram because I like seeing all like my friends posting stuff and scrolling less through Facebook has helped.
I scroll a ton through Imager though. I've just changed one for the other. It's like Imager. My phone will tell me how long I've been on the screen every day.
Oh,
I try not to look at it.
Yeah,
but my
you're like,
average
stop it.
average is like under 2.5 hours. And I'm like, okay, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
It's not great though. But like an hour will just be spent on Imager because it's just memes and funny stuff and stories. Lots of it's just too much political stuff on there right now. But
That's
it's just
true.
like before I know it, I'm like, I've just been watching TV for half an hour and scrolling through my phone. I'm like, this is the new normal. This is what we do now.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she's telling us about who she is, and we end up at the school. And she's like taking photos of the kids. And I enjoyed the other parents. I thought the other parents were great, especially. I never got his name. I don't think we got his name.
Yeah, but that guy.
The condescending guy.
Darren.
That's right. Yes, we did get his name. When do you remember your parents ever being at school? All I can ever remember, parent-teacher interview day, you were never there, and the occasional like concert, like school concert. That'd be it. Well, there was no like food days.
Yeah, like
We
never.
didn't have that fancy stuff. The country school.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's bale day. Yeah. We learned how to farm.
Yeah. The only time I don't really remember. Sorry, parents, but you're not watching this anyway. The only time I remember my parents coming to my school was in 9th grade when I got hammered before a school dance and they had to come get me because I was blacked out wasted.
You putting half a 2-6 in a Starbucks cup?
No, that's an adult thing.
She's hammered on eggnog. What were you drinking?
Malibu.
Ooh.
So I had the worst hangover. And I remember waking up the next day and my teeth felt so fuzzy.
Ooh, hangover teeth.
Yeah. Like sugar hangover teeth. Like even if, you know, when you eat too much sugar, not even alcohol, but when you eat too much sugar and you feel hungover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then that's the only time my parents came to school.
We get introduced to Emily, and I love the slow motion intro.
That
I
entrance.
want my own slow motion entrance. I'm just going to
Me
get somebody to help me
too.
shoot one. It's just me.
With the umbrella blowing like a tumbleweed in the fork. Oh my God.
This was well done.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they end up going on a play date so that they get to know each other. I really appreciated Emily's saying sorry.
I made that note. I literally
Because I do
said
that.
her saying sorry is what Jeff says to me. And when we were on set, you said it to Nick and the other guys. You were like, stop
sorry.
saying sorry.
Stop apologizing.
Yeah.
Because when you're actually sorry, it doesn't mean
doesn't have
anything.
weight.
When you're like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you're like, you say it all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it is a habit.
When she said, you know, saying sorry is an effed up female habit, and then you in my head, I was just like, I'm gonna stop saying sorry.
It's a national habit.
Yeah.
I did it. I was in the grocery store the other day and I came around the corner and then just meeting this girl, both looking at each other and I go, sorry. Like, why?
And then you're like, no, I'm not.
I should have just turned around. I'm like, I'm not sorry. Keep walking.
Yeah, keep walking.
Anyway, what do you
Get
think
your
of this?
toast. I loved the like the only gin they used for their martinis was aviation gin, which is Ryan Reynolds gin.
I didn't see the bottle, so I couldn't tell.
The only reason it was subtle, it wasn't in your face product placement. It was subtle. Like I only recognized it because I saw the label, like the black and the A, and I was like, oh, that's aviation gin. Clever.
Well, it's like, why wouldn't you?
Also, apparently in real life, Blake Lively does not drink at all. She said in interviews, she's like, I don't drink alcohol. I've never touched a drug in my life. It just doesn't appeal to me ever. So her playing this also just goes to show how she did.
I find it fascinating that there are people out there that go their whole life and be like, I'm not trying any drugs.
I know.
I'm not going to drink. It's like, really?
Really?
Like my aunt is like that. She doesn't drink. She's never drank, or she's drank once and she's like, I don't need it. I don't want it. And she just never will.
Whoa.
Wow, like never? She's like, never.
Damn.
Like, yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm like looking at it from my side. I'm like, I've tried a whole bunch of stuff. It's fun. I haven't really accomplished I've accomplished
You've
stuff.
accomplished stuff.
Not a lot, though. It's probably because of drugs. So then we meet the husband, and these two were just ridiculous. in front
Sean
of each other.
Town. I know.
What else was he in? Was it Crazy Rich Asians?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's where it was. I didn't Google it. I was
he
just like, I know
just-
she'll know.
He just finished Crazy Rich Asians, and then he was cast in this. And he made a comment that working with Anna Kendrick and Blake Lively was amazing because they were both powerhouses who kept like pushing it and taking it and forcing him to be.
I'm sorry, they were pushing and taking and forcing him to what was going on set.
Yeah, just like forcing him out of his like box.
That's gotta be amazing working with, like, because I've had the opportunity to work with, well, even like working with Nick, like just an independent filmmaker, but he was taking it seriously and professionally. And that was awesome because I've worked with people who are just like, we'll get this done. And they got like their friends hanging around and, they're just messing stuff up and nothing's going right. And it's like, okay, you just need to be more organized. So that would be wicked working with, like, I've worked with some really good actors before too. And it's very refreshing when you're like, this person knows their lines, they know their stuff, and they're going to push me to be better. Because that's what it's all about, is making your scene partner look great. That's your job.
Yeah.
Is to make the other person look good. Because when you're both doing that, you both look great.
Exactly.
So yeah, I could understand that completely. It'd be awesome to work with those two. I'd love to work with Anna Kendrick.
It was so funny. Blake Lively and or Emily and Sean were playing that game of like, let's make our guest uncomfortable.
Ugh. Jesus, come on. I've never been around people like that.
No, I know, me
Or
either.
Not that I can remember anyway. I liked her parenting style though. where
I
she's
did
just like,
too.
Nikki, let's go.
Yeah,
That's how it should be. Just yell at them.
Yeah, and she's like, that's not true. I did let you have fun. I let you tore my labia when you exited my body.
It's like, whoa.
Her saying that, I was like, if I ever have kids, that's what I'm going to, I know that's what
No.
I'm going to be like.
You can't say that to the children though.
Not to them.
Okay.
Just about them.
Don't say it. No, you can't. Because even if the kids hear it, they'll be like, oh my God, I ruined mom.
Oh, no, I mean about them, not to them,
Yeah,
not
no,
around, but
yeah,
about
just
them.
Be careful.
Talking shit about
Their
them.
kids got good ears.
That's true.
I heard some messed up stuff when I was growing up, and I was like, I probably wasn't supposed to hear that.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked her parenting style.
Nikki! She didn't like getting her picture taken. They explain that later, right?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah, because of the twins. Because
Yeah.
they were the twin murderers.
Yeah.
So when we find out that Anna Kendrick banged her
Fucked her brother.
brother, fucker.
That was one of my favorite continuous lines throughout this movie.
I like that. His brother, fucker. So now she's been missing. So she gets Kendrick to pick her. Oh my God, what was her name again? Stephanie.
Stephanie.
PH, what?
Yeah.
Crazy name. She gets Stephanie to pick up the kids, and then she just vanishes. And she's
Yeah.
gone for like 4 days. She starts calling around. They eventually call the cops and get the cops over, and they interview him. And this is where you start to see Stephanie showing some teeth, where she's like, you cannot. There is no question that they were not in love and blah, blah, blah. Because
Yeah.
they're looking at the husband. Because I don't watch murder shows.
I do. It's always the husband or the wife or
That's
the
what I hear.
boyfriend. It's when there's a single crime that's happened instead of serial crimes. The first prime suspect is the person closest to them. So if I were to go missing tomorrow, the people that would be in question would be you and Brandon's family. And the same thing, if, it's always the closest person to you.
The cops be like, why you
'Cause
have all
it's-
those shovels and lie in the back of your car? I don't know. Why you asking stupid questions?
Shut
I
up!
don't know where she is.
Yeah. And then, do you have a warrant?
Gee, I'm going to need a lawyer.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of cop TV
Yeah.
shows.
Get me my lawyer.
I liked Stephanie's multi-camera setup with the remote control. I was
Yeah.
like, damn, that's kind of cool. I don't know. I can figure out what kind of camera she
Right?
uses.
You're like, let's get that going.
This could be sweet. I figured out how to do multicam with these. You can actually take 2 things of video and put them together and then have it on one continuous track and then just switch between the sources that are in it. I'd learned that, but I haven't tried it yet. But that could like cut editing time even more. Holy shit, neighbors.
Stop it.
Easy. Oodie. You have to bring that thing over next time.
I will. I'll podcast in it. Is Pandas
Yeah.
on it?
Yeah, why not?
Next week, catch me in my hoodie.
So now she heads to Emily's place of work, which is
Dennis Nylon.
Dennis Nylon. Confronts him about where she is. Figures out that there's a picture of her. Should we just reveal it?
Gotta
now?
have faith.
Yes, gotta have faith. So her real name is actually Faith.
No.
Wait, isn't it?
Her real name is Hope. Faith is the junkie sister that she killed. Spoiler alert.
I thought it was the other way around.
No.
I thought she was Faith.
No.
No? Wait a minute. Okay.
No.
Then why'd she say gotta have faith? Wasn't she asking for Faith to come and show
No.
up?
Faith sent her that photo because the only person who knew Emily's real identity as Hope was her sister Faith.
Oh.
And when they meet up in the cabin later on, her sister's like, "You gotta have faith."
Yeah.
And then but then later on, when they're meeting up with, or she meets up with the mom says, Faith was already the bad one. We took her to rehab, the junkie, which is, and then
okay.
she's like, Hope was always a notorious liar, though.
I thought it was the other way around. I must have missed that. Okay. Yeah. So then, she finds the picture of that her sister sent her, that Faith sent to Hope.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's escaping. This is the second time she shows some teeth because she's leaving, and the Nylon's like, "Wait a minute, what are you still doing here?"
She's like, "Get your Ken doll to unhand me. Otherwise, I'm going to tell the moms on my mommy vlog that you're a Marc Jacobs wannabe with clothes sewn by Indonesian children."
First of all, they're Vietnamese teenagers.
Yeah. Second of all, Marc Jacobs wishes he were me.
That guy was he was a kind of a douchebag.
He had a very American Horror Story look to him. And specifically the season of Hotel with Lady Gaga and Matt Bomer and all the glam vampires. That's what he looked
one. I only watched the first season.
That's one of the best ones, Jeff.
Oh, well, what was there? Okay, well, I started watching the first one. Blake and I watched it, and it was our thing. I'm like, let's watch it together. And we never finished season 2. Got halfway through season 2, and I was like, I don't have time to watch
Season
this.
2 was Asylum. Asylum was a good one.
It was good.
Coven, also a good one. Freak Show is number 4. That one was pretty good, but not as good. Number 5, Hotel. Lady Gaga has some acting chops, let me tell
she's
ya.
good. You haven't seen A Star Is Born yet?
No, I have.
Oh. Tell me something.
Then
about-
bye. Ugh.
All right, so this now, I was thinking, like, are they going to start banging? They're not going to start banging. Are they going to start banging?
I know.
Because they find the rental car. Wait, this is right before. I'm thinking, like, are they going to bang? They're probably going to bang. 'Cause
Yeah.
she, like, stops him, the grab on the arm. Was
Yeah,
like, thanks for everything.
He grabs her hand.
Ooh, that's a suggestive grab.
Yeah,
You can't
that
just touch people.
was like a.
You can't just touch somebody's husband like that.
Right.
Thank you for something.
Well, no, he grabbed her.
Oh,
She
yeah.
was walking away, and he was like,
Brother fucker.
"Brother."
Fucker. Yeah, okay. So he grabs. Oh, yeah, that's when he's
Yeah.
like, thanks for everything. I'm like,
Yeah.
They're like, are they going to bang?
Right, and then they find Emily's rent a car and get her body out
Fish
of
it
the
out.
lake. Yeah, and then they have her funeral, and then Stephanie and Sean bang. That grief sex.
That's that cemetery sex.
That.
Funeral sex.
Oh my God.
Well, it's like twice in this movie that there's been funeral sex. I just realized that right now.
Stephanie.
Damn.
You're listening to Real Garbage.
Scones. I had to stop for a second. I'm baking bread.
Scone break.
So and I had also baked scones.
So good.
So, I'm sending you home with 6 more of these and 2 loaves of bread. Okay, where are we?
Grief sex. Stephanie likes her grief sex.
So they have funeral sex. And then the next scene, she's hanging out because, no, she hasn't moved in yet.
No.
She's just hanging out because they banged and then Buddy went to work. And she's putting on a black dress of Blake Lively's. Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. And of course, the detective shows up and she's like, she can't get out of it.
She's like, God damn it.
So she answers the door and it's like, damn, you wearing that dress like you're doing it a favor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. And then, the kids come home and he's like, well, we saw Mom. I'm like, oh, okay, she's not dead.
Yeah.
Figured she couldn't be dead. Because they've like deduced that there's been a $4 million insurance policy taken out. So now there's like, attention being focused on Sean and Stephanie's starting to have second thoughts and it's like, or are we there yet? And we're somewhere around.
Yeah. And then she puts Nikki to bed, Emily and Sean's kid. And after he says, I saw my mom today. And there's this moment where she gives him a kiss and then she stops and she's like, because she made a comment earlier that she smelled really good and saw the friendship bracelet she made Emily on Nikki's counter, and she grabbed it and she's talking to Sean and she's like, I smell her perfume, which logically Sean explains away by saying he probably went into her cupboard and got her perfume, which if a kid was like lost their parent and had their parents smell, yes, absolutely, they would get into it and smell it. But the friendship bracelet, that's one thing where you're like,
It just seemed odd that she was putting herself at risk going there.
I
It's
know.
Like, just wait longer.
Yeah.
That was the I had a couple issues with this movie. Like it was
Yeah.
it was a good movie, but I decided to pick a little bit apart. And that was one of the parts was like, why would you even risk? Just stay away for weeks.
I know. Even though your body has been found and you've been pronounced dead.
And I guess it had been weeks too. We never really knew how much time had gone by, but there was a
there
point where she's like, "Oh, we've been getting to know each other for the last few weeks." It's when she's in the black dress being interviewed by the cop. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. And
So
there
we
hasn't
know
been a
each
set
other.
timeline.
Well, it felt like this movie spanned a couple of months,
Yeah.
but it seemed, I guess, insurance policies take a long time to go through, especially when someone's mysteriously found dead
Yeah.
with the heroin track marks.
Yeah, her body was full of heroin and she had excessive liver damage, which like all Stephanie knew about Emily like physically was that she enjoyed, her gin martinis. So you could see her in that moment being like, yeah, okay, liver damage makes sense. But as soon as the detective says heroin, she was like, no.
Then she turns into Nancy Drew.
Yeah.
So then this is another part of the movie. I'm like, oh, this is now like a detective movie? What is going
like a
on?
whodunit.
So at this point, I was like, okay, this is not going where I thought it was at all.
No, yeah.
And it kept me guessing. So I like I said, I didn't know what this movie was about going in. So I'm like, it was cool. Like I enjoyed it because I was like, oh man, this is just keeping me like, what is going on?
Yeah, you couldn't pinpoint it. You couldn't predict the storyline.
At this point, I thought it was the husband. I'm like, oh, was the husband? Oh man. And then I won't say anything yet. So now, this next scene, she cleans out the closet because
she's moving
she's
in.
moving in. Ooh.
And the closet scene, first of all, the soundtrack of this movie is so good.
It was good.
Predominantly 60s French songs. It just immediately adds that level of class and elegance that Emily is all about.
I'm trying to think of a French word for
Baguette.
couture. Like there's like a pamplemousse, ananas,
le racinette.
pomme de terre. Is that like ground apple? I was thinking that pomme.
Pomme
Pomme
de
is an apple,
terre?
right? Pomme
I
de terre,
don't- yeah.
terre.
Le pomme. I don't know.
I was thinking that.
I was
This is-
thinking
this is
cheese
random thoughts
omelet,
popping in my head.
root beer, racinette. Except it's not
No.
pronounced like one of my favorite things is saying the French word for root beer like a hillbilly. So you're like
Racinette.
racinette.
You guys got any? You got a good sarsaparilla?
You got some
Hey there, friend. You got a good sarsaparilla? It's my Sam Elliott.
Oh,
Well,
Sam Elliott's voice.
I wish you wouldn't cuss so much, dude. It's got to be way deeper.
Yeah.
So yeah, after the
Yeah.
closet, she starts digging. She's like, okay, something's going on. Oh, and she gets a phone call from Emily. That's what sets her off.
Yeah, because the closet scene was freaky. Like it absolutely was. Like it would be scary for that to happen, but there's no way that overnight Emily would be able to sneak into her house unseen by Sean or her kid or Stephanie or Stephanie's kid or neighbors, sneak in with all of her clothing and somehow find where it was and organize it exactly back.
I didn't even realize it was overnight. The way that scene felt, it felt like she had left and come back like 20 minutes later, and it was like, ugh,
Yeah.
she was really freaked out, and I was like, oh, how did she do it that fast?
I know.
Okay, well that makes more
Yeah.
sense if she had a whole day. But still, that's a lot of shoes
Yeah.
to move.
Yeah.
She had like 60 pairs of shoes.
And bags
needs that
and
much shoes?
Also, this is a side note. When she opens a drawer or opens a box and finds a little gun, she goes to put it in a drawer and finds this huge pink dildo.
She's such a prude.
But it's interesting because at the very end of the movie, when Stephanie has a gun, it's that gun that she put in the dildo drawer. So
that makes sense.
Wait,
no. Does it?
Not really, because why would she throw all of Emily's belongings away except for a gun and a dildo?
It would be funny if she pulled out the dildo.
Freeze!
Ah, crap. Well, you still want to?
Yeah.
We can settle this a different way.
Also, so she puts the kids to bed, and it looks like it's 4 p.m. because she
Yes.
puts them to bed.
Yeah, what was up with that?
And then
Midday.
she's staring, and then Sean just comes. This is one line I didn't like. He's like, let's get naked.
Yeah.
What? Who
Yeah.
says that?
And this is where you even start thinking more. You're like, oh yeah, this guy definitely did it. He definitely murdered. He definitely did it on purpose. But,
Yeah.
or like that's now I'm going, oh, they were both part of this plan.
Yeah.
It was a couples thing. Oh, back to the going to, when, did you ever remember, like, I hated it as a kid having to go to bed when the sun was still up.
Yep.
Happened every now and then
That
in the
felt
summer. You're like, oh, it's 10:30. It's still sunny out.
That felt like such a load of
Because
crap.
prairie summer evenings take even longer to get
Yeah.
dark. Okay, at this point, now she goes to see, she figures I thought she was going to steal the painting,
Same.
just like Emily did. It's like, oh no, she's not though. She took it upstairs and she realized Linda Cardellini was the woman who painted it. She hunted her
Diana.
down. Oh wait, sorry. Yeah, Linda Cardellini was the name of the actress.
Yeah.
Diana Hyland.
Yeah.
She's 45.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, she looks so
45.
good.
I remember seeing her in.
Freaks and Geeks.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And like she was
One of
just
my
a kid in that.
one of my favorite roles she ever did was Velma in Scooby Doo, the live action. She was so.
I still don't think I've seen that. I
cute.
haven't seen that movie.
We need to do it on the pod.
Reggie.
Reggie.
No, gee, Scoop.
Oh, I don't know, Scoob.
Oh, yeah, we have to watch it. I missed this part. So she asked for some stuff from Michigan because she's like, I got a clue. It's Michigan.
Yeah, so she was at Linda Cardellini's house, the painter, and is asking questions, and she throws her a milk crate and is like, everything I know about Claudia, which we find out is Emily's, like, we think it's Emily's real name, but it turns out it's her middle name. But she finds this Squaw Lake Bible Camp t-shirt from Michigan, which is where her car and her body was found. So then she goes to the camp and meets the camp leaders and wants to see a yearbook or whatever, and then looks at the yearbook and sees, oh, there's twins in here, and they're called Hope and Faith McClandon, and then on the back of the yearbook it says, thanks to the McClandon Foundation for running this camp, whatever. So then she calls all the McClandons she can find in a phone book, and the last one is Hope and Faith's mom.
Yes.
And she poses as the Bible camp runner person, and she's like, hi. And then on the phone, this is why she poses as a cleaning lady, because on the phone, Margaret is like, oh, Bruce, it's those Bible people again. And then she mentions something about, oh, God, it's filthy in here. So then that's why she goes to the house as a cleaning lady, because she's like, yeah, Bruce told me you need a cleaning lady.
She's clever.
She is. She's
super clever.
very smart.
Because I must have been like writing something down or just like maybe glancing at my phone and I was like, wait, where is she all of a sudden?
Mm-hmm. She goes to the mansion and sees the West Wing is all burned. And she's like, okay.
And then she gets to the bottom of the story.
Yeah.
So it's basically what her and her sister lit their dad on fire.
They set, so her...
Well, lit the house on fire while
yeah,
he was in it.
Yeah, their
Not
parents
him.
were separated and living in the East and West Wing, and their dad was an abusive prick. So they set the West Wing on fire where he was living, and he died. And then they ran away, and they wanted to stay together, but they were the blonde arson twins, so they couldn't. So they separated. And then we see Anna Kendrick in a hotel room. And she's like, hey, moms, it's me. I'm on a road trip. And I loved all the little, like, Emily, if you're watching.
Yeah, and she's watching.
Yeah. And then she's like, you just got to have faith that you're okay. And then just the, like, rap dropping. And she's like, brother. Fucker.
Brother fucker. This is about an hour and 20 minutes in this all happened. So now I'm thinking like, okay, so Emily was definitely in on it.
Yeah.
It's like, what is going on? And then I'm like, so they were both in on it? And then after this, because Is this where she meets up with the
Yeah,
husband again?
this is where she meets at the restaurant.
Yeah, because I scribbled it off and I'm like, wait a minute. They're not both in on it. So
No.
it's just her. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is going on? And then, I'm like, just devious. This is why she did such a great job of playing this role, because she's like, I'm just going to blame you. And I'm like, oh my God, you're evil.
Yeah.
And there's like, because there's people out there that do that. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God.
And then just the scene at the table where he's like, you're a fucking psychopath. And she's like, oh, what was that about me being a fucking psychopath? And she has a gun and she's pointing at him under the table. And then she does her little thing that she's recording where she's like, do you love her? Like, were you thinking about me when you had sex with her? And then,
and because he's whipped.
yeah. And then
course he says no.
she like pulls the trigger and she's like, just the multitude of expressions. She goes from being like, tell me about me being a psycho again. And then she pulls it and she's like, oh, I forgot to load it. That would have been bad.
And then she's like, you love this. Meet me in the bathroom in 20 seconds.
Yeah.
Twice. I'm like, you're evil.
Yeah.
This is why I'm single. I don't want to date psychos. Had a couple crazy ones. Doesn't work. Then she hits this wrench scene. I love the way it was shot. It was really cool.
I know.
Just the slow motion wrench up in the air and then just like, oh no, don't.
Yeah, because her and Anna Kendrick meet up in the cemetery at her
yes.
grave. And we see from Emily's perspective that she did drown her sister and frame it, but that's not what she's telling Stephanie.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie
She's like,
knows that.
You're lying.
Yeah.
Totally turn the tables on
And then
her.
Stephanie's like, sister killer. She's like, brother fucker.
Sister killer.
So then they hatch a plan to pin it on Sean, so that way Emily can be with her kid, get the money. So then that's when she like hits herself with the wrench, and Stephanie moves back home. Sean gets arrested because he gets stuff planted on him so that the FBI gets a warrant. So then now it looks like, okay, Stephanie and Emily are teaming up and they're going to screw over Sean.
But there's a double cross.
Yeah, truly. And then Sean gets home and again, another clever tie back to the very beginning of the film when they're first having gin martinis together. And Stephanie makes a comment that she used to watch Bewitched reruns as a kid, and she always thought it was so classy when the guy got home and the like 50s wife had like a gin martini. She's like, I always thought it was so classy and elegant. And then at the climax of the movie, you see Sean get home from being in prison, like falsely in jail, and Emily is decked out, black eye from the wrench, decked out in this dress with a gin martini. And she's like, hi, welcome home. Mm-hmm. And then that's when Stephanie comes over. Like, she films her vlog and she's like, forgive me in advance for what I'm about to do. Yeah.
Motherfucker's gonna die.
At this point, Sean and Emily are hashing it out, arguing in the house, and then Stephanie gets there with a gun that she saved. Wonder if she saved the dildo, maybe.
Yeah, because I thought it was the same gun.
Yeah.
I wasn't 100% sure because I know that Emily pulls one out, a different one later,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, she got two guns.
Yeah.
One for each of you. So this is where she basically, it's a big trick. It's a ruse. Mm-hmm. So she pretends to shoot Sean, and it looked so fake.
It
looked so
yeah,
bad.
the blood not coming out.
Looked like a little bit of just a small paintball. Boom.
Yeah. And then Emily, the brief, again, a moment where Blake Lively shows her acting range. She's like, no, he didn't kill her. I killed my sister. And then she's like, get up.
Yeah,
I know.
I snipped the microphones.
Yeah. And she's like, for our friendship bracelets, one for you, one for you. And I love the moment where Stephanie's pointing the gun at Sean and she's like, I loved you. And she's like, I loved you too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I figured that's where it was going, was like there's going to be some sort of weird three-way stuff, and then somebody was going to murder someone else, and then
Right.
the other person wasn't going to be dead.
Yeah.
These
And
things had
then
twists, man.
And then Emily really shoots Sean and is talking to Stephanie. And just this moment of, oh, yeah, I killed my dad and my sister, but I could never kill my husband fucking best friend.
Ooh.
And Stephanie is like, am am I really your best friend? Or are you just saying that? And they have this moment of like, no, you're my best friend. Yeah, this was real.
Like, oh man, crap.
And-
Don't kill me.
Yeah, and then she reveals, she's like, oh, you should come on my vlog. Oh, that would be amazing. If you came on my vlog, I could probably hit 1 million subs. If you came on my vlog and admitted to killing your dad and your mom or your sister, I could get 1 million subs. And then she's like, say hi to the viewers.
Yeah, nanny cams are so small.
Yeah, and then
Well, in the midst of this, because she's like, oh, the cops are outside. Like, no, the cops are actually over at your friend Darren's place. They bash in the door and they're all smoking weed in there. And he gets up and he's like,
I have a prescription. I have ocular pressure.
Yeah.
I wish they'd given this guy more camera time.
I know.
Like, it was a good, well-balanced movie. I'm like, they could use a little more Darren.
Right?
Darren was good.
Yeah.
Because as much as it was more serious than I was expecting. I was not expecting so much seriousness. There was fun, like some funny stuff too as well.
Also, way earlier on in the movie, where Darren is holding his daughter and this baby is like hitting his face and grabbing at it. I feel like no, because you can't control babies. So that obviously wasn't scripted. So I feel like his reaction of "What is the matter with you?"
It's genuine.
Yeah.
That's how I would talk to a baby.
Yeah, same.
Hello, baby. It's like, oh, crap, I can't remember the comedian's name. He's got a bit about his dad. Hello, I'm your father. Nice to meet you. Something weird like that.
Yeah, I
John Mulaney. John Mulaney,
Yes!
New Kid in Town. Hello, I'm your father. I'm Mr. Mulaney. You're my son. And then, she gets arrested. She gets
hit by Darren,
oh,
which
yeah.
Darren is high as a kite and was literally just being raided. So how is he in his hybrid?
I expect that. Oh yeah, they were watching the blog. That's right, watching the blog, and he somehow convinced the cops, who would never just be like, "Oh yeah, let's go to this other house instead." Even if they showed him the blog, they'd be like, "Get on the ground, put your hands behind your back." They would never be able to leave, and he wouldn't be able to get in the car.
Yeah,
so that
and
was
drive.
an unbelievable thing. And he hit her so hard,
she would have been
flew
dead.
up over the car. I think
Yeah.
when you hit someone, I don't know, maybe if you hit a deer, it's going to roll up and over. Maybe she probably would have flown.
Yeah.
She
But
would've just got smushed.
she would have been way more screwed up than she was.
Oh yeah, she wouldn't have been crawling away from
No.
that. And then that's it. And then we get all this useless, pointless information at the end. I'm like, was this based on a true story?
No.
Okay. Like I knew it wasn't, but I was like, was it?
The ending after the entire movie, it seemed a little weird being like, oh, Stephanie has her blog's being turned into a daytime talk show, and she's dating a guy from the city.
Sean went back to work and wrote another book, and then lives in the city with his sons. Like, we don't care. The movie's over.
Yeah, Emily's fitting in very well in prison.
Just show us a shot of Emily playing basketball in prison. We'll put 2 and 2 together, and she could probably survive prison. I think she could.
Yeah, definitely.
But all in all, this was an enjoyable movie. Mm-hmm. I liked it. I know we normally rip on stuff, but today I was like, no. But I still only gave it 6. I gave it 6 food vlogs out of 10 movie twists. No, maybe 7. 7 food vlogs. Because it was casted well. Great characters. You cared about the characters.
Yeah.
You hated Emily because she was a bitch. And it just kept you guessing. I was like, man, it's him. No, it's her. Wait. And then there was one point where I'm like, was it Stephanie all along? What is happening? And when she was at the cemetery pouring martinis, I'm like, what is happening right now? But yes, it was good.
Yeah. I gave this also 7 brother fuckers out of 10 sister killers. Because same thing, the soundtrack was great. The casting was great. All the actors fully encompassed their characters and made you feel for them. Even on some areas, Emily's character, you felt for her, like her upbringing with her dad and her sister having to separate, it takes a lot to make a villain that you just hate and you're like, a big, huge fuck you. But also, I can empathize with her as well. Overall, it was enjoyable. I'll watch this again.
Next week, I think we should do, just because of the climate in the States right now, we should do something like White House Down.
Oh my God, yeah.
Or Olympus Has Fallen.
Or The Purge.
We've done The Purge already.
That's
we
true.
don't need to revisit The Purge.
Oh, yeah.
We have to do something that has to do with presidents and White House and Washington.
And falling.
Man.
Yeah.
Because
that's real
stuff.
life.
And we're recording this on Wednesday.
Wednesday the 7th.
Wait, no, it's Thursday. It's Thursday.
Thursday the 7th.
What day is it?
Yesterday
Who are
it
you?
happened.
Where am I? But for the rest of our listeners down in the States, we feel for you.
Yeah.
It sucks. We hope endure for the next few weeks.
Yeah.
It's almost gone. Mm-hmm. All right, follow us on. You don't even have to. Follow us on stuff. Subscribe to stuff.
Yeah.
Like these videos. Just like the video.
Yeah,
Just hit
just
like.
like it.
Just hit like.
Just like us.
Tell a friend. And we'll talk to you guys later. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Real garbage.
To control his life now? No, I know. Like, get over it, babe. Yeah, I know. Yeah! Obi-Wan never told you about your father. My father died fighting. No, I am your father. No! That's impossible! No! Join me or die. Never! I'll never join you! Never! Then I'm gonna chop your fucking hand off! You want to do your brought to you by in this voice or regular voice? Yeah. Right. This is my take 2, because the first time with voice effects I couldn't get through it. What? Yes. Oh, dun. Talking. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I sound like a spooky ghost. Ooh, put the Ouija board away. You better close it off, otherwise I'm gonna get you. Ooh. Yeah. Welcome back to the Demon Show. Yeah! Coming straight at you from hell. Sitting on these comfy flame couches. Everything is on fire. This couch, fire. This show, fire. This show is lit. Yeah, this'll work. This'll work. Okay, you want to go first? Yeah, sure. Okay.